Let me tell you a story about a middle school just like yours. Same buzzing lights, same crowded hallways, same lockers that slam way too loudly. Northbridge Middle, there was one locker nobody wanted to be near. Locker 119. People said it whispered. Part 1. The first whisper. Maya, a new student, didn't believe any of that stuff. She wasn't into ghost stories or rumors. She was logical, grounded, very prove it or it's not real. So when she was assigned locker 117, right next to the so-called haunted one, she didn't think twice. That first week went fine. But on Friday, she stayed a little late to grab her sketchbook. The hallway was basically empty, the kind of empty where your footsteps echo a little too loudly. She spun her lock, and that's when she heard it. A soft, breathy whisper drifting from the row of lockers beside her. Shh. Maya froze. It wasn't the AC. It wasn't the building settling. It sounded intentional. She turned her eyes toward locker 119. It was closed. Still. Ordinary. She grabbed her sketchbook and left faster than she wanted to admit. The dare. The next day at lunch, Maya told her best friend Leo what happened. He didn't laugh. He looked relieved that she finally heard something. Okay, he said. Now do you believe the rumors? Maya rolled her eyes. Ventilation, that's it. Leo leaned forward. Then open it. She stared at him. What? No. But he was serious. So after school, they went back to the hallway. The lights flickered slightly, like they always seemed to do there. They stood in front of locker 119. Leo said, "No one uses this locker. It's been empty for years." Maya took a breath and reached out. Her fingers were inches away from the handle when, click, the sound came from inside the locker. Both of them jumped back. Leo whispered, "Nope, I'm done. I'm so done." But Maya couldn't walk away. She stepped closer. And that's when she heard it again. Not loud, but clear. "Maya!" Leo grabbed her arm and practically dragged her down the hall. They didn't stop until they reached the exit. Part 3. The message. That night, Maya couldn't sleep. The whisper kept replaying in her mind. At 2:14 in the morning, her phone buzzed. She felt a chill before she even picked it up. An unknown number, one message, just 3 digits, 117, her locker number. She stared at the screen, her heart pounding. She hadn't told anyone that number, not even Leo. Part 4. The open door. The next day, Leo looked at the message and went pale. "Okay, that's creepy," he said. "But maybe it's just a prank." Maya shook her head. "No one else knows." They agreed to tell a teacher after last period, but they never made it to the office. When they reached their hallway after school, the lights flickered again. The air felt colder. And then, locker 119 was slightly open. Just an inch. Just enough to see a darkness inside that didn't look normal. It didn't look like a tiny metal box. It looked deeper. Much deeper. Leo whispered, "Don't go near it." But the locker door slowly creaked open another inch, as if reacting to Maya's presence, as if inviting her in. They both stood frozen. Then the whisper floated out again, but this time it wasn't soft. It wasn't distant. It was right behind them. "I'm not in there. I'm behind you." Maya spun around, but the hallway was empty. Completely empty. Except her own locker, 117, was now open. Wide open. Inside sat a single folded piece of paper. Her hands shook as she picked it up. The message was written in neat, sharp handwriting. "Thank you for listening." Part 5. The final slam. Before she could even breathe, the entire hallway exploded with sound. Bang, bang, bang. Every single locker slammed shut at the same time. The lights flickered violently, then steadied. The hallway went silent. Maya looked back at locker 119. Closed. Quiet. Still. Part 6. Weeks later, Maya never heard another whisper. Her locker never opened on its own again. but she couldn't shake the feeling that locker 119 wasn't done. Weeks later, she had to walk down that hallway to get to class. Everything looked normal. But as she passed locker 119, she felt it. A tiny movement, just enough that if she hadn't been watching, she would have missed it. The locker door leaned forward, as if listening, as if waiting. Maya didn't slow down. She didn't look back.